Good early morning, everybody. It's 9:50 a.m. on October 20th, 2023. It is raining here in eastern Kentucky. It's been raining for hours, but it's supposed to clear up later today. I'm not complaining. We absolutely needed the rain. So anyway, I subscribe to the Electronic Frontier Foundation newsletter. It's an online newsletter. And they provide information on all kinds of electronics, whether it's your cell phones, the 5G, the towers, or technology that's being utilized by the departments that we rely on, like the police department. I don't even know how I came across this. I don't read all of the mail that I receive. I just don't have enough time. But for some reason, I felt compelled to read this particular newsletter of the Electronic Frontier Foundation, and I clicked on a link to Atlas of Surveillance. It documents police tech in our communities with open source research. And all you have to do is type in, like I typed in New Jersey here, and look what I got. 797 records on the technology that's being used by all the police departments in New Jersey. So I'll give you a little bit of an example about the kinds of technology that they're used there and how much it costs. Some of them are foolish enough to write how much they spent. Okay. So here's the Elizabeth Police Department. Elizabeth, New Jersey. It's in Union County. It's not the best of neighborhoods, folks, but so the Elizabeth Police Department's Technical Assistance Response Units has 11 drones. Yeah, so here you go. There. It's the agency, the city, the county, the state, the technology that they have, and the vendor. And then there are several links here. So here's the vendor information. So they're kind enough to provide us with a lot of information here so we can do our research on the types of drones that they have and what they spent for those 11 drones. Like, why do they need 11 drones? I'm a little curious. And this is the police department. This is not the fire, search, and rescue. This is the police department, okay? So then we go to Montville. I've actually been to that location. The Montville Police Department received authorization to spend $49,000 for a packet talk ALPR system in 2021. So what that is, that's what this is. It's an automated license plate reader. So that when the police are driving around doing nothing, they can just scan your license plate and pretend that you're a criminal and write up you a ticket before they ever pull you over. Okay, so now you've got the Ridgewood Police Department in Bergen County. Bergen County is more of an affluent community. The Ridgewood Police Department purchased one drone in 2021 for $9,197. Wow, that must be some drone. That drone, it must disseminate stuff. What do you think? Like a drone for $9,100? I wonder if that was tax-free. Anyway, so now we're going to scroll down to the Lawrence Township Police Department. Drones in 2020. The Borough of Haddonfield Police Department. They've been using drones since 2018, but they don't tell you how many. Oh, here, wait, there's a link to the government budget purchasing of the Borough of Haddonfield. I guess they're disclosing some information there. I'm not going to click on it because I'm not going to get back to this quickly enough. So we've got the Seagirt Police Department. It's getting better, folks. The Seagirt Police Department signed an agreement with Amazon's home surveillance equipment company, Ring, Ring, dingy dingy do, the Ring cameras in 2023 to gain special access to the company's Neighbors app. That's right, folks. This is why I will not get a Ring camera. You think I want the police having access to my cameras? They already do, but, as a targeted person, they get into your cameras anyway. But this gives them the privilege. Amazon signed an agreement with their provider Ring so that police have access to view your camera footage. It's like they're looking through your eyes. The Northvale Police Department also signed an agreement with Amazon's home surveillance equipment company Ring in 2023 to gain special access to the company's Neighbors app. It's a Ring neighbor partnership. Neptune City did the same thing. Well, Neptune's not in a good neighborhood, but still. In 2022 to gain special access to the company's Neighbor app. Do you see when this is happening? This is all during the lockdown. 2020, 2022, 2023, Monroe Township did the same thing. Gain access to the company's Neighbors app in 2023. The Ring Neighbors Partnership, same thing in Elk Township. Cresskill Police Department in Bergen County. Clark Police Department in Union County, same thing. That was in 2022. They all signed up for the Ring Neighbors Partnership. Carlstadt, Plainfield. Oh, Plainfield. Look at this, folks. Yes, this is what I wanted to show you. The Plainfield Police Department in Union County, New Jersey. The technology is predictive policing. What does that mean? They're going to predict who's going to be a police officer in the future? No, that's not how that works. According to reporting from the Markup, the Plainfield Police Department used PredPol, PredPol, now called Geolytica. These names are like Geolytica. Between February 24, 2018 and January 1, 2019. So then what I did is I clicked on the article for the Markup. Like, what is the Markup? Here it is, folks. The Markup. Big Tech is watching you, and we're watching Big Tech. Show your work, prediction bias, how we determine crime prediction software disproportionately targeted, get that word, folks? Targeted low-income Black and Latino neighborhoods, December 2nd, 2021. So this is the Markup. Big Tech is watching you, and we are watching Big Tech. So let's scroll down and see what's going on here. The expansion of digital record keeping by police departments across the U.S. in the 1990s ushered in the era of data-driven policing. Huge metropolises like New York City crunched reams of crime and arrest data to find and target quote-unquote hotspots for extra policing. Researchers at the time found that this reduced crime. Yeah. Without necessarily displacing it to other parts of the city, although some of the tactics used, such as stop and frisk, were ultimately criticized by a federal judge, among others as civil rights abuses. Guys, these police officers, they just want to feel people up. I'm absolutely convinced. They just they're horny little effers, and they just want to feel people up. They want to assault people, violate their space. There's absolutely no reason for it unless they feel that they have a weapon on their bodies. But anyway, it is a violation. So the next development in data-informed policing was ripped from the pages of science fiction. Software that promised to take a jumble of local crime data and spit out accurate forecasts of where criminals are likely to strike next, promising to stop crime in its tracks. One of the first and reportedly most widely used is called PredPol. PredPol. You know, predator policing. its name its name is an amalgamation of the words predictive policing. No. It's predators on patrol. I'm sorry. I have a different perspective. The software derived from an algorithm used to predict earthquake aftershocks was developed by professors at UCLA and released in 2011. By sending officers to patrol these algorithmically predicted hotspots, these programs promise they will deter illegal behavior. Okay, folks, I'm going to say it on the record. We need some PredPol here in rural Kentucky, because I'm telling you, there is a lot of criminals running around here violating the civil rights of others. Yep, predators on patrol. But law enforcement critics had their own prediction that the algorithms would send cops to patrol the same neighborhoods they say police always have, those populated by people of color. Because the software relies on past crime data, as if that doesn't change, they said it would reproduce police departments' ingrained patterns and perpetuate racial injustice, covering it with a veneer of objective, data-driven science. Somebody's thinking here. It's about time there's some critical thinking going on here. PredPol has repeatedly said those criticisms are off base. Of course they would. The algorithm doesn't incorporate race data, which the company says eliminates the possibility for privacy or civil rights violations seen with other intelligence-led or predictive policing models. There have been few independent empirical reviews of predictive policing software because the companies that make these programs have not publicly released their raw data. Sounds like a cover-up to me. A seminal data-driven study about PredPol published in 2016 did not involve actual predictions. Oh, now they're going to predict? Oh, wait a minute. I thought fortune-telling was outlawed in some states. I don't know. They send people who predict the future, right? You know, people who predict the future are fantastical. Okay, so the data-driven study about PredPol published in 2016 did not involve actual predictions. Rather, the researchers Christian Lamb and William Isaac fed drug crime data from Oakland, California into PredPol's open source algorithm to see what it would predict. They found it would have disproportionately targeted Black and Latino neighborhoods, despite survey data that show people of all races use drugs at similar rates. That's for sure. That's for sure. I haven't seen, since I'm living here in 4 years, I've seen one Black person at the supermarket. One. Everybody else is lily white. And they're all doing drugs, smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. That's right, folks. PredPol's founders conducted at their own research 2 years later using LA data that they found that the overall rate of arrests for people of color were about the same whether PredPol software or human police analysts made the crime hotspot predictions. So what they're saying is the software and human predictions were about the same. Well, they say about the same. They didn't say how similar. They didn't say how similar or off it was, that they were about the same. Their point was that their software was not worse in terms of arrests for people of color than non-algorithmic policing. Okay. However, a study published in 2018 by a team of researchers led by one of PredPol's founders showed that Indianapolis's Latino population would have endured from 200% to 400% the amount of patrol as white populations had it been deployed there. That's pretty serious. And its black population would have been subjected to 150 to 250% the amount of patrol compared to the white populations. Researchers said they found a way to tweak the algorithm to reduce that disproportion, but that would result in less accurate predictions. Oh yeah. Why do they what is this predictive policing? Huh? Sounds like job security. It's just another way of getting more funding, of not doing their jobs. Come on, folks. We all know who the criminals are. Most criminals are repeat offenders. They go in and out of jail. They go in and out of prison. They're repeat offenders. Everybody knows who they are. And the ones that are the ones that they're setting up to make more money. Or to revenge for hire. You know, like targeted individuals. In written responses to our questions, the company's CEO said the company did not change its algorithm in response to the research because the alternate version would, get this, quote, reduce the protection provided to vulnerable neighborhoods with the highest victimization rates, unquote. Well, that's some justification, huh? He also said the company did not provide the study to its law enforcement clients because it was, quote, it was an academic study conducted independently of PredPol, unquote. Other predictive policing programs have also come under scrutiny. In 2017, the Chicago Sun-Times obtained a database of the city's strategic subject list. Oh! The strategic subject list. Anybody live in Chicago, folks? Any of you targeted people live in Chicago? Go check out the strategic subject list, which used an algorithm to identify people at risk for becoming victims or perpetrators of violent gun-related crime. So here it is. It's predicting whether you're going to be a victim or a perpetrator. I want to see how that's done, actually. I would like to see how the algorithm identifies who will be the victim and who will be the perpetrator. That would be amazing. The newspaper reported that 85% of the people said that the algorithm saddled with the highest risk scores were black men, some with no violent criminal record whatsoever. Last year, the Tampa Bay Times published an investigation. Well, you know how they do that, folks. Yeah, they investigate their own selves and always find there's nothing wrong. So last year, the Tampa Bay Times published an investigation analyzing the list of people that were forecasted. They were forecasted. You know, like the weather. They were forecasted to commit future crimes by the Pasco Sheriff's Office predictive tools. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Go look up the Pasco Sheriff's Office and you will find that those criminals have perpetrated crimes against regular people dozens and dozens and dozens of times. Just go look it up online on YouTube. The Pasco Sheriff's Office. Predictive tools. Deputies were dispatched to check on people on the list. Get this. More than 1,250 times. What a waste of money. Go fight some real crime, deputies. You gotta go check up on people with your predictive tools. Go patrol the streets and go pick up the real criminals. You know, like all those children that go missing every year. The newspaper reported that at least 1 in 10 of the people on the list were minors. And many of those young people had only 1 or 2 prior arrests yet were subjected to thousands of checks. Yeah, this Pasco Sheriff's Office in Florida, they are renowned for this. If you go to Audit the Audit online, what are the other ones? It's just escaping me now. Probably the Civil Rights Lawyer. The Pasco Sheriff's Office in Florida are renowned for doing this nonsense. So for their analysis, they obtained a trove of predpoll crime prediction data that has never before been released by predpoll for unaffiliated academic or journalistic analysis. Gizmodo, Gizmodo, found it exposed, oh my goodness, on an open web. The portal is now secured and downloaded more than 7 million predpoll crime predictions for dozens of American cities and some overseas location between 2008 and 2021. Did you hear that, folks? An open web portal was exposed that there had been downloaded more than 7 million predpoll crime predictions for dozens of American cities and some overseas locations between 2018 and 2021. How come this isn't on the news? This makes our investigations the first independent effort to examine actual predpoll crime predictions in cities around the country, bringing quantitative facts to the debate about predictive policing and whether it eliminates or perpetrates racial and ethnic bias. I'm going to say that their predictive policing perpetrates crime, labeling innocent people. We examined predictions in 38 cities and countries crisscross around the country, from Fresno, California, Niles, Illinois, to Orange County, Florida, to Piscataway, New Jersey. We supplemented our inquiry with census data, including racial and ethnic identities and household income of people living in each jurisdiction, both in areas that the algorithm targeted for enforcement and those it did not target. Why would there be predictive policing based upon income, household income? Oh, I know. Because then you could set up all those people that earn more money so that they could pay more in fines. Yeah, if you arrest all the other people, they can't afford those fines. Yeah, just sort of like in Manalapan, New Jersey, I would watch the police tailgate teenagers. I have to tell you guys, I mean, every teenager in Manalapan, New Jersey has a gorgeous car. I'm just saying, they always had better cars than me. They always have beautiful cars. Yeah, their parents spoil them. They get gorgeous cars, like as soon as they turn 16. It's another story for another day. But yeah, so the police would tailgate all these teenagers that were going the speed limit. I witnessed it. Tailgating until they either pull over or will speed up. Bad mistake. So as soon as they speed up, guess what happens? They get pulled over and get ticketed. And then mommy has to pay the ticket usually. And then their insurance goes up. For more than half of the 20 jurisdictions in their data, the majority of white residents lived in block groups that were targeted less than the median or not at all. The same could be said for the black population in 4 jurisdictions and for the Latino population in 7. When they ran the statistical analysis, it showed that as the number of crime predictions for block groups increased, the proportion of the black and Latino populations also increased and the white population decreased. They also found that predpoll's predictions often fell disproportionately in places where the where the poorest residents live. For the majority of the jurisdictions, 27, in their data set, a higher proportion of the jurisdiction's low-income households live in the block groups that were targeted the most. In some jurisdictions, all of its subsidized and public housing is located in block groups. Predpol targeted more than the median. We focused on census block groups, clusters of blocks that generally have a population between 600 and 3,000 people, because these were the smallest geographic units for which recent race and income data were available at the time of their analysis in 2018, the American Community Survey. Block groups were larger than the 500 by 500 foot prediction squares that Predpol's algorithm produces. As a result, the population in the larger block groups, more people generally, could be different from the prediction squares. Well, this is pretty fascinating. I'm not going to read the whole rest of it because it's like a whole nother page more. And then they go into data gathering and preparation. They show you how they blocked the city. So this is their software, the software that they used. That is a sample page of the Predpol predictions for the town of Haverhill, Massachusetts. And each address marks the center of a 500 by 500 foot box where the software recommends that officers patrol that shift. I wonder how many targeted people on a watch list live in these blocks. Just goes to show you that they are watching you, folks. They've got you in blocks. Now here's analysis by department. Let's see, I'm going to scroll down. So we've got Louisiana, Alabama, Indiana, Louisiana, California, Florida, Georgia, California, Illinois, Texas, Georgia, Florida, Maryland, California, New Jersey, California, Massachusetts, Alabama, Texas, Alabama, California, 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 kind of California 4 times, Illinois, Florida, 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 New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Utah, Washington, Florida, California, California, and Massachusetts. So, folks, this is fascinating. So I came across this purely by accident. Well, not really accident. I was looking at the Electronic Frontiers study of the technology that's being utilized in the police departments. And this is just for New Jersey. Predictive policing, ring neighbors partnership, ring. Look at this, folks. Yeah. I don't know, folks. When was the last time you got paid for the installation of your Ring camera to help the police department? They're the ones that are getting the funding, and you're the ones paying for the camera. Look. This is just New Jersey, folks. These are all the Ring camera partnerships with the police department. Amazon. They signed an agreement with Amazon and Ring. Automatic license plate readers. Face recognition. Oh, body-worn cameras. Okay, so we got some more stuff going on here. Body cameras, body-worn cameras. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details. If anybody's interested, you can go to the website, type in the name of your city and state, and see what technology your local police department has. So this is the, let me just show you, Atlas of Surveillance, documenting police tech in our communities with open source research. This is the URL, atlasofsurveillance.org. I just typed in New Jersey. And then you can update the search. And then you can actually, there are some clickable links. So this is the Lakewood Township Police Department. This is a clickable link. It probably takes you to their website. This is vendor information about Ring. Let me click on this and see what happens. There has to be some kind of disclosures here, because I know a lot of people that have these cameras. Okay, so I clicked on that. So this is the Lakewood Township Police Department. It just brings you to their non-emergency phone number, their address, and their website. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the Atlas Surveillance. Showing data for New Jersey. And I know I've got a few subscribers that still live in New Jersey. I know that you've been posting information under the comments section. So please go to this website and type in the name of your town, targeted people, and you can find out what kind of software is being used against you targeted people in your neighborhood. Yeah, they're looking through your Ring cameras. There you go, folks. New Jersey, 797 pages. There you go. So anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Wait, before I sign off, let me just type in Kentucky. I couldn't find my town in here. It's probably too small. But here's Kentucky. So for Kentucky, there are only 110 pages. Or departments. It's probably departments. So here in Kentucky, data showing for Kentucky, there are 110, where New Jersey was almost 800. Okay, so this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I hope you have fun with this website, and we'll post a link to, what is this? Let me just scroll up on this article here. The Markup. The Markup. Big Tech is watching you. We're watching Big Tech. Please hit the thumbs up. A like. Please comment. I look forward to your comments on this one. And please go find your state and your city and leave a comment down below. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading signing off for now.